Are you ready to discover the golden number in crypto? We're diving deep into the Pi network's GCV and uncovering the staggering potential of a Pi token price point that could hit a jaw-dropping $314,159. Don't miss out. Unlock the secrets to possibly the biggest payout in crypto history. Tune in now to get the full scoop.
Okay, so now welcome back to Everblock Tech, where we are building tomorrow's Web3 today. And in today's video, we are going to cover Pi Network and the GCV, Global Consensus Value. I'm going to give you all of this information as a blockchain developer myself, working with this technology on a day-to-day basis. If you like this information, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything, and make sure you hit the notification bell too, all right? Now, what is Pi Network? Well, Pi is a social mining app, all right? It's the first ever that I've known about app where you could mine cryptocurrency from your phone, which is pretty powerful to do. If you've ever tried to mine any type of cryptocurrency before, then you know that it has been very expensive, right? You needed some expensive equipment, $2,000 to $5,000 worth of processing power, and you also needed some technical know-how in order to configure that mining setup to pay you in cryptocurrency, all right? But with this, you can mine from your phone, and all you have to do is tap this little lightning button right over here, all right, and then it'll mine. Now I'm already mining right now, and you can see my mining rate is about 0.02 Pi per hour, and you can see how much Pi I have accumulated since I first started mining a few years ago. But this token hit the market back February 20th of 2025, and it's now trading on the market at about $1.15 as of the time of this recording. So I'm making this video just to expose, more about what Pi Network is, the Pi Core team, and the differences between the Pi Core team and the Pi Core GCV ambassadors that you might see. So how do we find out about these things? Well, the Pi Core team, from the time that I've been dealing with this, have been putting all of their announcements right here in the app on the main page, as if they're saying right now, Happy Pi Day 2025 and everything that goes along with that, right? And you can just click read more, and they'll take you to more information on that particular announcement, okay? Now, another place that they put their announcements is when you hit the hamburger menu at the top, you'll see here, all right, all the options of places to find things that the official core team puts out. So let's click on core team, all right? When we click on core team, we get to see who they are, all right? These two people here, all right, Dr. Nicholas Kokalis and then Dr. Changdao Fan, okay? There. All right, so when we go back, all right, we can even find the white paper here, all right? And I believe this white paper was last updated, 2021, all right? You can see the original white paper, the updated white paper, and in here, any white paper is basically just a technical overview of what that particular software service offers, okay? What the plan is. And I really recommend it if you're going to be involved in any type of crypto project that you do, go and read the white paper, just see what they're all about. Very interesting read is the Bitcoin white paper. Maybe you want to go and check that out too. Okay, but that's not what we're here. We're not here to talk about Bitcoin. We're here to talk about Pi. All right, so when you go to the Pi browser here, all right, this is a browser that is available in an app. Okay, it's not available. You can't search this on desktop. They haven't created that solution yet. But on mobile, you can come to this browser and you can see all of the things that are involved with the Pi ecosystem. So what we're talking about right now is the global consensus value, and that is an idea. It's a concept where certain community members have conceptualized the idea of making one Pi token worth $314,000 plus in honor of the original, numerical value of the Pi symbol, 3.14. Okay. I'm making this video because there seems to be a little bit of misunderstanding within the community as far as who is actually overseeing that movement, right? And I will tell you now, that movement is a community movement. It has nothing to do with Dr. Nicholas or Fan, okay? This is about the community members themselves taking it upon themselves to make Pi worth that much, or at least be acceptable for that. As again, global consensus value, to globally have it where it's acceptable as that value amount, right? Now, this is different than the value you're going to find on an exchange. And why is that? It's because of total supply, circulating supply, and market cap, and how those figures are derived. But before we get into that, let's talk about a little bit about what is money, because it is possible for one pi to be worth $314,000, and I'll show you now how. Okay, so now we're back on the desktop and we're looking at what is money. Because in order to understand how one pi could be valued at 314,000 plus per token, we have to understand what money is, right? So we just did a simple Google search. I mean, what is money, right? The AI overview pretty much broke it down. Money is a widely accepted medium of exchange, a unit of account, and a store of value, facilitating transactions and enabling economic activity. All right, more detailed explanation. Money allows people to easily trade goods and services without needing to find someone who wants what they have. Money provides a common way to measure the value of different goods and services, making it easier to compare prices. Money allows people to hold value over time, meaning they can save money and use it to purchase goods and services later. Some examples of money throughout history: various items have served as money, including shells, stones, precious metals. Today, money comes and takes the form of currency like coins and banknotes, and digital forms like bank deposits, and in our case, cryptocurrencies. All right. Money facilitates trade, simplifies transactions, and allows for the accumulation and transfer of wealth. All right. So let's talk about some examples of money, right? Because money is more than just our dollars and our euros and our GDPs, right? Money throughout history has served as shells and stones and precious metals, right? So we'll go to, what is money here, right? About this Vergis, Riksbank, whoever this is, all right? All right, so we'll see. I never accept cookies. That's just me. All right. What is money? So money is what the citizens in society agree it should be. Throughout history, we have used everything from shells to large stones to precious metals as money to simplify trade and consumptions, right? So 3 important functions need to be fulfilled. All prices of goods and services shall be expressed in the unit we define as money, so that we can easily compare the prices of different things. So in Sweden, this unit is called the Swedish krona, right? And in our case, the unit is the pi token, right? The value of money rests on the confidence of the general public. What we have chosen as money shall function as a store of value. That is, the value of money shall remain stable over time. This makes it possible for us to consume directly or save money and consume at a later date. So money needs to function as a means of payment, which means that everyone we want to do business with must accept it as payment. This may mean that the definition of money applies to a certain country or area, right? So let's say, for instance, in the entire country of Indonesia, or the entire country of China, or just some section of those countries, in those areas, that one pi, there are shops that would value it at $314,000. Well, then I will just be getting on a plane to go over there and see what I can trade my pi for in that circumstance, right? So the point of this is to understand that it's not completely outlandish, it's not complete nonsense for one pi token to be worth $314,000 in some areas, maybe even globally someday, even though you're seeing it on exchanges valued at, $1.50, a dollar, whatever. I mean, let's go to coinmarketcap.com and see what the value of one pi token is as of the recording of this video, which you can see is March 18th, 2025 at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. $1.15 on the exchanges. But there is the possibility that in certain areas of the world, that one pi token could be worth way more than that. And with today's economy being more online than it has ever been, there's the possibility of something like a one pi mall, where you really could trade one pi for an Audi. I mean, what's it to you if the owner of the Audi finds that they value pi enough to sell you a Audi for it? All right, go ahead and get that Audi and trade my one pi and, be whipping like that. But that's just the understanding of what money is and how it works. So what about GCV? How do you find out more information on that if it's not publicly available on the blockchain, as far as inside of the Pi browser app, where the Pi Core Network team is actually endorsing it, right? Where do you find that information? Okay, so for that, you have to come to places like here, okay? And you'll see here, I'll have Pi Network here. Then here's one person here in Indonesia, Lumari Pi, okay? They looks like they post videos, all right? They have 9,400 followers, and they post videos where people are claiming to accept Pi for goods and services in their region, right? Here we go. New merchant on board in Region 12, located at Esposado Village Cannery Site, Palamak, South Cotabato. All right. So these are places across the world. So if you were there and you wanted to get some food, then you could probably go there and get some pie. Okay. Look around. All right. Philippines. Okay. All right. And then there are influencers, right? So you see here, Executive Director, GCV Core, okay? Committee Chair, GCV Core Entrepreneur. So again, these are community members. They are not directly endorsed by the Pi Core team, okay? I have someone else to show you. All right. You look here, Brian Christian Alexander, all right? Just go to his profile here, okay? All right, and he has a lot to say about Pi, okay? He's the one who led me to Lumari, okay? And as you can see, he is one of the ambassadors. Okay, let's just actually go to his profile. All right, Brian Christian Alexander, and you can see here, USA GCV ambassador at Pi Network, okay? And he has some app ideas that he is looking to create within those apps on the Pi ecosystem, okay? So here is another influencer, and he's looking to do things with models, okay? I'm not gonna put his whole business idea out there. If you wanna reach out to him, you can. These are the people in the community, a couple of them anyway, that you'll be able to get your information from. You won't be able to find any information on the GCV and the official channels for Pi Core team. But again, this is a community-driven project, and anyone that knows anything about meme coins or really any of these projects is they're mostly community-driven. My intention with this is to just make sure that everyone understands where they are within this and who is doing what. Because some of the marketing with these ambassadors is that they'll use words like core ambassador and at Pi Network, and it'll make it look like they are being endorsed and funded by the core team that actually built the blockchain, and that's just not the case, okay? What is the case is that this is a community-driven project, okay? And again, now that we have an understanding of money, you see how that it could happen, but I'm putting this information out there so that you can make wise investment choices and wise choices on when to buy and sell. And I'm not telling you when to buy and sell. I'm just saying that in order for this price to get to $314,000 on this exchange, it's totally and completely impossible, okay? Because there's 100 billion token supply, okay? Which means that in order for, and it's about the circulating supply. So there's a total supply of about 100 billion tokens, all right? Well, actually exactly 100 billion tokens. There's a total supply of exactly 100 billion tokens, excuse me. The circulating supply is somewhere between 6 and 8 billion, which would give this token a market cap of about 6 to 8 billion based on the value of it right now. At 314,000, see, 8 billion right there. At $314,000 per token, I mean, that's some crazy math, right? Let's see what the value of one of these tokens would need to be, what the market cap would need to be for that value to be $314,000 per token, right? There it is right there. Let's go to our calculator so you can see it in real time. Because the way that you calculate total market cap is by multiplying the number of tokens in circulating supply by the price. So let's just use the current circulating supply of about, let's say, 7 billion. All right, so 7. There you go, 7 billion. All right, times 314,000. You see how many quadrillions that is? That's more than the global domestic product across the whole planet. Like, there isn't that much supply of liquidity in the world across all markets. Okay, that's a big number. Okay, so one ecosystem, one token is not gonna outpace all other markets, and especially not this one. I mean, hate to say especially not, but I mean, come on, that's just not possible. Now you multiply 314,000, let's say all tokens were in circulation, right? If all tokens were in circulation and you multiply that times 100 billion tokens, I mean, that is all, it was already too high of a number to even conceive. There just isn't that many resources on the planet. So, but in an area, in a concentrated ecosystem, if the people were in agreement that they were going to accept it at whatever value they wanted to set, then that could be what it is. All right.
Okay, so now that you see what money is and how we can assign value to the money, let's go and explore the ecosystem, right? So when you go to explore the ecosystem, you'll see here, let's go to One Pi Mall. And in this app, you'll find that the idea here is that they'll sell goods at a value of 1 pi. For example, we'll scroll down a little bit here. The first thing that caught my eye is this Audi RS, all right? If I could get an Audi RS for 1 pi, I mean, you see how many pi I had, then I would go ahead and make that purchase, okay? And get that pi sent right over to my address. Now, in order for this to work, the people in the community have to agree. Whoever's supplying this pi has to agree to accept it for that value. If they choose to do that, then, I mean, what's it to me? What's it to you if they choose to do that? I mean, that's a bargain for me. But this is how things can work in an area, inside of an ecosystem, right? So if we can find these things to be transferable for the value of pi, well, then there you have it, all right? So let's go out of here, all right? Because there are more dApps within the ecosystem. Some of them are on testnet, all right? And I would recommend you just go and explore the ecosystem to see what all dApps they are. But these are the ones on mainnet. These are the ones that are on testnet, so you can't really use them for real pi right now. But as you can see, you know, if these companies or these groups decide that they want to accept pi for a value of $314,000, then that would make each pi holder's pi worth that much in that area for that particular good and service. Now, would you be able to go on an exchange and swap it for that? No, because that's not how the tokenomics work within an automated market maker. But between me and you, say for instance, if you decided personally that you wanted to give me $314,000 for one of my pi, then whose business is that, right? We decided that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we decided to do. Back to bartering, and what's the difference between that and a seashell or gold, right? It's only the value that we assign to it, all right? So let's talk about the Pi Core team versus the ambassadors and where we can find more information on that, because you aren't going to find any information on that within the Pi ecosystem itself, okay? There's no information in the frequently asked questions. There's nothing in there about in the white paper. The marketing is great, but I just want people to have a good, sound understanding of what these things are and where they're coming from.